What is up, guys? It is Joe. We are back. We're talking about the Cats. We're talking specifically about football today because it was a great day for Chris Klieman and the boys. We added a couple different players through the transfer portal, and there's going to be a lot to talk about in today's video. But before I do, let me tell you this. If you like K-State athletics, K-State football, K-State basketball, consider taking a few seconds out of your day to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I make videos every other day, sometimes even daily, about the Cats. So if it's something you're interested in keeping on your feed, be sure and consider subscribing. Now, let's jump in here. Today is a great day. Today is a beautiful day. Kansas State had an awesome day. Two players coming to K-State, one through the transfer portal, one a familiar name as a recommit type player. I'll discuss that and more here in a sec, but it was the perfect day. Kansas State added two players that you needed at key positions that you needed to fill. And in years past, not just with Kansas State, but teams around the country have kind of gotten to the point where it's like, all right, we need to scramble to find the right guy in this position or in this position. K-State entered the offseason in need of a backup running back, a defensive tackle, a middle linebacker. You could also look at some skill positions like, you could get a receiver, you could add somebody on the O-line. There's a couple of different positions where you could add depth. But the three main things that stuck out were backup running back to take some of that pressure off DJ, middle linebacker, a veteran middle linebacker to go alongside some of the young guys in that room, and a defensive tackle because Uso's had, a history of being banged up a little bit, and you lose Javon Banks to the portal. That's a position that's already thin. Well, Kansas State has checked off all three of those off the list. The first player today, we'll go in order of what happened. So obviously we know that you added Dylan Edwards a couple days ago. We talked about it on the channel. If you missed that video, I'll link it here somewhere. But the first player added today is one of my personal favorites, a dude that I am so excited to see hit the field, Malcolm Alcorn-Crowder. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it's because he committed to us in the class of 2024, but due to some different academic issues, Big Mac was not able to make the trip to Manhattan in the spring, and that ship kind of sailed. That being said, today we got some great news. Big Mac posts on Twitter and says, "Emo, I'm coming back." So he committed to us originally, had some academic issues, and didn't sound like it was going to work out with K-State. And now he's back in the picture. He is going to be a Wildcat. I am so thankful because this dude is a legit football player. This dude is a legit defensive lineman. Standing at 6'6", weighing 300 pounds, the dude is a physical specimen on the defensive line. You've probably seen multiple coaches this offseason talk about, hey, we got to get bigger on the defensive line. Whether that's outside, defensive end, I should say, or that's in the trenches, we have to get bigger on the defensive line. K-State did that. They added a guy like Austin Bates. They added some different people that are bigger size. None bigger than Malcolm Alcorn-Crowder. Big Mac, I'm going to call him Mac for the sake of this video, is a JUCO prospect that got numerous love from Power 5 schools around the country. The dude is listed currently as a 4-star prospect in the class of 2024, the 4th-ranked JUCO prospect in the nation, the number 1 player at his position, defensive line, and the number 1 player in the state of Kansas. Now, Big Mac last season primarily played interior defensive lineman, but he did occasionally jump out to a defensive end. He's probably going to be more the interior defensive lineman at K-State. His size alone is impressive, but listen to these numbers. Last season at Butler, he had 28 total tackles and 7 sacks on the season. 7 sacks from an interior defensive lineman position, that is huge. The dude is a beast. The dude committed to us earlier this offseason and now is going to have the chance to fill that spot and have his place with Kansas State. I was really bummed when I found out that he wasn't going to be a Wildcat because K-State hasn't really had a dominant interior big man in a while. Not saying that Uso hasn't been good, but he's been banged up. You've had to have a couple of guys that's been kind of a revolving door position. Malcolm Alcorn-Crowder steps in and says, this is my spot. That's the type of player he is. He's got that in his bag, and I cannot wait to see him hit the field. K-State was thin at that position. Don't worry about it. We've got our guy, and there's still a couple of different people we're linked to in the portal that are at the same position, but as long as Big Mac is there, K-State fans have nothing to worry about. That dude is a stud, and I think he'll be a great player in the middle of that defensive line. I think he's going to create some pressure as well as defend the run pretty well. So I am stoked to see Big Mac back, and I know you guys should be as well. But the second player we added, this is the new face in the group. I mean, technically Mac's a new face, but he's a new old face, I guess is the best way to say that. I said it earlier, K-State needed a veteran middle linebacker. They found one today with UNM's Alec Marenco, the leading tackler for the Lobos last season. He was a stud. He's the team captain as well, which is a good thing to note for a leadership standpoint. But the 6'3", 229-pound junior, he's from El Paso, Texas. Last season at UNM, finished with 66 total tackles, 1 forced fumble, half a sack, and 3 pass breakups. The dude's solid in coverage. He's really good at defending the run. And I think overall, it's a great addition for K-State because now you don't have as much to worry about. Whereas last season, you didn't have the depth we needed. We went into the season saying, all right, our linebacker group is really, really deep. We've got a lot of linebackers in that spot. You have a couple of different guys get hurt. Daniel Green's out for the year, and now you're down to 2 linebackers, and you have a true freshman starting at middle linebacker. Alec Marenco is a big deal. And I should mention this as well. K-State was linked to Elijah Herring, the Tennessee transfer. It did sound like a couple of different teams that had the option between Alec Marenco and Elijah Herring were kind of favoring Marenco. So I don't know what the situation is there. I don't know what what they know, but Alec Marenco was kind of the preferred guy between both K-State and Arizona. So K-State outlasts their Wildcat counterpart, and we are going to get a stud at middle linebacker. So now you have a veteran middle linebacker. You have a big dude on the defensive line, right at the interior defensive line position. So you don't have to rush Uso back. You don't have to get certain guys ready. You can roll with Big Mac. And then you have a backup running back that might be one of the most explosive players in the country. That is incredible. Not often do you go into the portal and you bat 1,000. Chris Kleiman and his staff did. They identified, hey, what do we need to add? Where do we go from here? Okay, we need a backup running back. We got it. We need a middle linebacker. We got it. We got a defensive lineman. We got it. K-State is batting 1,000 in the transfer portal this spring, and that is an incredible thing to focus on. So 2 major additions there. In terms of Alec Marenco, coming out of high school, I should mention his numbers. He was a 3-star prospect. He had a couple of different offers from UTEP, New Mexico, and Abilene Christian. The 2,128th ranked player in his class, 243rd ranked linebacker in his class, and the 323rd ranked player in the state of Texas. That being said, a lot of these numbers coming out of high school are, underrated in a sense, and then guys quickly show, okay, I'm much better than my ranking. Stars are just stars at some point. But this is the perfect player for Kansas State. This is a dude that's got that chip on his shoulder. He's had to work to get where he is now, and he's coming to Big 12 football. That's a huge deal. Marenco, also, if this is something that interests people, through high school also played wide receiver. So he's a middle linebacker and a wide receiver, so you can see the athleticism that the kid has. So Marenco is ending up as a Wildcat. He chose our Wildcats over Arizona and is coming to Manhattan. So 2 incredible additions today. Malcolm Alcorn-Crowder, a guy coming back to K-State. And I got to say this real quick because this just popped in my head. Shout out Big Mac for not getting to the point where it's like, committed, didn't work, all right, I'm going elsewhere. Like, especially in the era of the transfer portal nowadays, I think some guys where they hit a wall once, they kind of jump into it's not going to work, let's go somewhere else. They pivot off their primary idea just because there's not much of a penalty for transferring or for committing and then, recommitting, decommitting, whatever the case is. Thank goodness for Big Mac. The dude is a loyal dude. And I just want to say I appreciate that. Shout out to Big Mac if you're seeing this. But man, I am so stoked about both these additions. These are huge things. And they both go a long way towards the bottom line of what the team can be. I don't want to sit here and say it's all about rankings. It's all about preseason picks. It's all about that. None of that stuff really matters. But the only question mark positions you had at Kansas State have been filled. That is a great thing to see. These are additions that help Kansas State become the Big 12's favorite and a team that could very likely make the college football playoff and go on a deep run in the right situation. So it's great things to see. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about both additions, but if you're sticking around, let me talk to you a little bit about this giveaway. Now, I went back and watched my 1,000 subscriber video. It was pretty emotional, and I tried to detail all my thoughts about how appreciative I was and just how stoked I am for the opportunity. And a lot of that came back to me because none of that has changed, man. I am so grateful to have each and every one of you on the channel. Like, it's not just, here's someone that commented on the video, or here's a number, or here's a view. It's really cool looking through, okay, this video has 86 comments. It's 86 different people that cared enough to take a second out of their day to come see what I'm doing. I'm just a dude talking to a microphone. Or, having people share it on social media, or even just interact in the comments. Like, I'm so grateful to each and every one of you that just takes, 10 minutes out of your day to spend with me. Because when I started the channel, and I think I talked about it in the first video, I kind of forget already. It was coming off the Elite 8 run for K-State basketball. And I thought about it in the sense that, like, I had talked to all my K-State people, all my friends that went to K-State, all the people that I cared about or liked K-State sports with. I almost felt like I talked their ears off to a certain extent of just how excited I was of this happening, this is happening, this is happening. And it got to the point where I was like, I don't want to keep bothering these people. And I'm not saying that they were bothered by it, but at some point you talk about the same topic enough, people get like, all right, let's move it on. Let's find something else. Having the opportunity to talk about something that I'm incredibly passionate about and see that passion reflected by you guys is such a blessing. And, I'm not at a point where this is like the only income I can do or the only thing I can do on my channel. And I don't know that I ever will be really, but I'm so grateful that at 24 years old, I have something that I'm incredibly passionate about that I can connect with other people and impact others through. I'm so grateful to every one of you that's been here, that's supported, that's liked, shared, commented, even just watched the videos. Even if you hate the videos, that's okay too. I appreciate everyone. And I want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry I don't have the funds, resources to give away more than 1/4 zip, but At the moment, we do have a lavender quarter zip giveaway going, and I will cut to the winner here in a second. Thank you to everyone who participated in the giveaway. I'm not sure what the next landmark's going to be. I'll let you guys kind of choose that alongside with me, whether that's a 3,000 thing or a 2,500, we do something. If this is a cool thing, I'll keep rolling with this idea, but I just want to say thank you guys so much. I don't want to sound like I'm just, repeating saying thank you, but man, it's hard to have the right words to show you how grateful I am. I'm just kind of rambling, so I'm going to try to actually find something cohesive to tell you guys, but I'm so grateful to everyone who takes the time to support. Thank you for everyone who participated in the giveaway. I'm excited to show you who our giveaway winner is here today. I'm going to cut to the random prize wheel here right now, and we will take a look at the giveaway winner together. Logan, my man, first of all, thank you so much and congratulations. You are the winner of the lavender quarter zip. Now, I'm going to send an email here in a couple of minutes, send it your way, and reach out to you just so once this video is live, you'll know. If you have me on social media, feel free to reach out to me. I'll probably send that email your way. It'll be the easiest way. But, man, thank you so much. Congrats. Logan, you should get an email here soon from me. I will reach out and get you squared away with that lavender quarter zip. But, guys, let me say from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. I promise this is not, the channel's not going anywhere. We're not changing content anytime soon. It's always been about the Cats. It will keep being about the Cats. As long as we're all together, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will talk to you soon. Go Cats.